Boss Level, a sci-fi action film directed by Joe Carnahan and stars Mel Gibson, Frank Grillo, and Naomi Watts. So this director has had somewhat of a polarizing catalog of work, and I'm mainly basing this off of critic reviews and some audience reviews. He's known for films like Smoking Aces, The A-Team, and The Grey starring Liam Neeson, which I enjoy, but action definitely seems to be his go-to genre for the most part. So Boss Level is about a retired special forces officer who is trapped in a never-ending time loop on the day of his death. Now what the hell does that remind you of?
He might be okay. Well, no, probably not now.
Yep, another Groundhog Day type of movie, but I must admit, I never really tend to get tired of these types of movies as long as they deliver. Now, as for my initial thoughts about Boss Level straight off the bat, this is a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I did have my qualms with it, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I like that it doesn't waste time attempting to establish the loop that the main character, Roy, played by Frank Grillo, is stuck in, at least not chronologically anyway, which is fucking awesome. This film gets that this concept has been done a million times and tries to innovate, which is really the only way films like this are going to stand out nowadays. And also, I gotta say, Frank Grillo has probably slowly become one of my favorite B-movie action hero actors next to Scott Adkins. And it's just something about the roles they take that when I see the trailers for the movies, there's just something that clicks. I don't know if it's that old school Jean-Claude Van Damme. Steven Seagal type of feel, but I feel like those guys are like the new age to a certain extent of those guys. There's also some great comedic relief throughout the film. Although it ramps up slow in that category, it makes up for it later with the few interactions the protagonist has later in the film during a diner scene where Ken Jeong plays a chef, along with Sean McKinney's character, who also had his funny moments throughout the film. I will say this though, Mel Gibson's character, who plays the antagonist in the film, mainly just felt like a pawn. The only thing that gave that character some flair was the fact that it was being played by Mel Gibson. And the main threat in this film is mainly coming from the several assassins that are trying to kill the protagonist, which is completely cool because most of the entertainment in the film, most of the screen time was basically the several assassins rather than Mel Gibson's character, who's playing the main antagonist. Literally, I think the first half of the film is Frank Grillo's character figuring out how to beat each assassin because of their specific skill sets that would catch him off guard during this death loop. And that element of the film honestly was very entertaining to me. I always enjoyed that part of a Groundhog Day type of movie where we're going through the trial and error period of the character starting to understand the obstacles that they're going to face on a regular basis, and they just kind of, in this movie's case, they make it the boss level where they just, they start doing shit with their eyes closed. I think that part is super cool and very entertaining. And that was also one of the things that I really liked about Edge of Tomorrow as well. Like when it got to that point with Tom Cruise, those moments were super entertaining. And another thing I really enjoyed about this film that actually caught me off guard was the music choices. They had some really good old school music choices that were chosen that fit really well during the scenes where they were placed. The only thing that really bothered me outside of a couple cheesy jokes that I can let slide was the film's ending, which this director Joe Carnahan kind of has a tendency to do sometimes with his films. For example, like The Grey starring Liam Neeson. And I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the ending for The Grey or hasn't seen the film at all, but I didn't like the ending for that film. It's another open-ended type of ending, and it's not really satisfying for me personally, and I felt the same way with Boss Level. So I'm giving Boss Level a 7.5 out of 10. Not much to say really. I mean, it's a fun movie and I feel like it accomplished what it was shooting for in that regard. Also, there's a little Easter egg in the film where Liam Neeson's character from Taken is being discussed by the characters in the film. And I thought that was pretty cool given the fact that this director has worked with Liam Neeson on multiple occasions. And he probably just wanted to plug him in the dialogue somewhere just to show some love, so that was pretty cool. But there you have it. Feel free to leave a comment down below on your thoughts if you've seen the film. Also, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe.